The astrological significance of Fortuna in the seventh house. The part of fortune, also known in traditional astrology as pars fortunae or the lot of fortune, is one of the most important Arabic parts used in natal astrology. Rather than a physical planet, asteroid, or luminary, it is a mathematical point calculated based on the precise degree of the ascendant, sun, and moon. It signifies a point of worldly success, prosperity, and the life arena where things flow most naturally for the native. When Fortuna is placed in the seventh house, the house of partnerships, relationships, contracts, and open enemies, it indicates that the individual's greatest joy, fortune, and material well-being are found through their interactions with others. The architecture of the seventh house and Fortuna. The seventh house is traditionally associated with the zodiac sign Libra and the planet Venus. It represents the descendant point, the area of the chart that rises as the sun sets, marking our transition from self-awareness to other awareness. When Fortuna is located here, the native's fate and material reality are highly intertwined with the destiny of their partners. Because of the geometric relationship between the sun and moon required to place Fortuna in the seventh house, individuals with this placement are typically born near or on the night of a full moon. This opposition between the sun and moon represents an inherent need to balance individual identity, the sun, with emotional belonging, the moon. Consequently, these individuals find their highest expression and greatest fortune not by operating in isolation, but by bringing people together. Key themes of Fortuna in the seventh house. 1. Success through relationships and partnerships. For natives with this placement, happiness and success are intrinsically linked to partnerships. Whether in romantic relationships, business ventures, or close friendships, cooperating with others acts as the key that unlocks their potential. When they work alongside a trusted confidant or co-founder, their decision-making sharpens, and opportunities seem to materialize with ease. 2. The mirror of the other. In many ways, individuals with this placement achieve self-realization by looking through the lens of another person. Because they naturally sense the needs, desires, and potential of others, they are highly capable of bringing out the best in their partners. Watching their loved ones or colleagues blossom provides them with a deep, profound sense of joy. 3. Cultivating balance and diplomacy. With the strong influence of the seventh house, the native's ability to navigate interpersonal dynamics is their greatest asset. However, the pursuit of partnership can sometimes lead to an over-reliance on others, or an imbalance where the native puts the needs of their partner so far ahead of their own that they lose their sense of self. True fortune comes when the native masters the art of equality, fairness, and mutual respect within their relationships. 4. Favorable career paths. Given the collaborative nature of the seventh house, people with this placement often thrive in professions that involve dealing directly with people. Ideal career paths include law and legal mediation, navigating contracts and justice, consulting and coaching, guiding others one-on-one, business partnerships, forming joint ventures and co-founding enterprises, diplomacy and public relations, acting as a mediator or a bridge between different parties. Challenges and growth opportunities. While Fortuna in the seventh house promises much in the way of interpersonal harmony, it is not without its difficulties. The point opposite Fortuna, the first house, can sometimes represent a point of tension. The native may struggle with self-assertion or knowing exactly what they want in life independently of their relationships. To fully access the potential of this placement, the native must learn to approach their partnerships without clinging to them out of fear or dependency. When the native cultivates a strong, independent sense of self while remaining open to collaboration, their relationships become a source of immense prosperity and joy. Conclusion. The placement of Fortuna in the seventh house highlights that, for these individuals, no person is an island. Their ultimate path to abundance and well-being is paved by the quality of the connections they form with others. By embracing cooperation, practicing diplomacy, and fostering equal, caring relationships, they open the door to lasting joy and worldly success. The part of fortune in the seventh house, a sign-by-sign guide. The part of fortune, or pars fortunae, is a sensitive mathematical point in the birth chart calculated using the positions of the sun, the moon, and the ascendant. It represents a point of natural flow, worldly success, and where we find our greatest joy. When placed in the 7th house, the house of partnerships, relationships, and contracts, it indicates that an individual's greatest fortune is found in collaboration with others. Because the 7th house deals with how we relate to the world, the sign of your part of fortune in this house tells us how you should approach these partnerships to unlock abundance, success, and personal fulfillment. Fortuna in the 7th house in Aries. When Fortuna is in Aries in the 7th house, your path to prosperity comes through taking the initiative within your relationships. You find joy and success by being the pioneer, taking risks, and acting as the driving force in partnerships. This placement suggests that you are at your best when you are paired with a collaborator who complements your independent nature, or when you take the lead in joint ventures. Your challenge is to maintain your fiery independence while working closely with others, ensuring that your partnerships never stifle your personal drive. Fortuna in the 7th house in Taurus. With Fortuna in Taurus, your greatest fulfillment comes through building secure, stable, and deeply loyal partnerships. You find abundance and joy through practical collaboration, shared financial resources, and creating a comfortable, grounded foundation with a partner. You are drawn to relationships that offer emotional and material peace of mind. Success flows to you when you apply your natural patience and perseverance to business or romantic relationships, allowing you to cultivate enduring bonds that act as a source of lasting wealth. Fortuna in the 7th house in Gemini. Fortuna in Gemini brings luck through communication, intellectual exchange, and versatile partnerships. You thrive when your relationships involve lively discussions, shared ideas, and mutual learning. Your path to success involves networking, forming varied connections, and acting as a bridge between different people. You find your greatest joy when you are able to partner with someone who stimulates your mind and encourages you to look at life from multiple perspectives. Fortuna in the 7th house in Cancer. When your part of fortune is in Cancer within the 7th house, good fortune flows through emotional connection, empathy, and nurturing partnerships. You find happiness by creating a relationship that feels like a safe, secure home. Success comes when you support and care for your partners, and in turn, receive their emotional protection. This placement often indicates success in business partnerships that involve hospitality, real estate, or family-oriented services, as you naturally understand the emotional needs of those you interact with. Fortuna in the 7th house in Leo. Fortuna in Leo brings joy and success through vibrant, creative, and inspiring partnerships. You shine when you are paired with someone who appreciates your warmth, encourages your self-expression, and brings out your natural leadership. You find abundance by taking center stage together with a partner, whether in creative projects, public ventures, or romantic relationships. Your path to fulfillment requires you to seek out relationships built on mutual respect, admiration, and a shared sense of joy and playfulness. Fortuna in the 7th house in Virgo. With Fortuna in Virgo, your greatest fortune comes through acts of service, organization, and practical collaboration within your partnerships. You find fulfillment when you and your partner work together to refine your daily routines, improve your health, or build an orderly life. Success comes when you apply your analytical mind to solving problems for others or working in consulting, health, and legal fields. Your partnerships are most prosperous when they are based on mutual helpfulness and a shared dedication to self-improvement. Fortuna in the 7th house in Libra. Fortuna in Libra places this point of joy in its natural home. Your path to abundance is paved through diplomacy, fairness, and the pursuit of beauty in your relationships. You find true happiness when you are in a harmonious, balanced partnership where give and take are equal. Success comes to you through artistic collaborations, legal mediation, or working closely with the public. Your ability to see things from the other person's perspective is your greatest asset and the key to unlocking your prosperity. Fortuna in the 7th house in Scorpio. When Fortuna is in Scorpio, Your path to fulfillment involves deep, transformative, and intense partnerships. You find joy and success by sharing resources, merging your energy with another, and navigating the deeper psychological dynamics of a relationship. This placement indicates that you achieve abundance through high-stakes collaborations or intense, loyal bonds where you and your partner undergo personal growth together. Success comes when you embrace emotional and financial intimacy without fear. Fortuna in the 7th house in Sagittarius. With Fortuna in Sagittarius, your greatest joy comes through partnerships that broaden your horizons, whether through travel, education, philosophy, or shared adventures. You thrive when you are paired with someone who encourages your optimism and shares your love of freedom. Success and abundance flow to you when you build partnerships based on mutual trust, higher learning, and a grand vision for the future. You are highly successful when you act as an advisor or guide alongside a partner. Fortuna in the 7th house in Capricorn. Fortuna in Capricorn brings good fortune through structured, ambitious, and long-lasting partnerships. You find fulfillment by building a solid legacy with a partner who shares your sense of responsibility and drive for success. You do exceptionally well in business partnerships or committed, practical marriages that require dedication and hard work. Your path to prosperity involves creating reliable frameworks and achieving goals together through careful planning and steadfast commitment. Fortuna in the 7th house in Aquarius. Fortuna in Aquarius brings luck through unconventional, intellectual, and progressive partnerships. You find happiness when your relationships are built on friendship, freedom, and a shared vision for the future. You thrive when you collaborate within a community, a group, or a forward-thinking enterprise. Success comes when you embrace individuality within your partnerships, allowing both you and your partner to maintain your independence while working toward a common, humanitarian goal. Fortuna in the 7th house in Pisces. With Fortuna in Pisces, your greatest fortune comes through imaginative, compassionate, and spiritual partnerships. You find joy and success when your relationship is built on deep empathy, unconditional love, and a shared artistic or mystical vision. Success comes to you when you merge your creative talents with a partner's, or when you work together in healing, creative, and charitable fields. Your path to abundance requires you to trust your intuition and let go of the need to control the outcome. Subscribe, like, and share.